Hi, guys. Hey, Carly. How is everyone doing? Thank you for the heart sticker, Rocky. Hello. Feels like it's been a long time. Since 1900. Hey, Penny. I'm good. I'm tired. We had our art show last week at work, so it's just been crazy since then. But the year is wrapping up, I guess. It's longer than I want it to be. But we were supposed to get out the 17th, and now we're getting out the 25th. So it feels like the end, but it's not the end. And wedding things are ramping up too. I knew though, as soon as the art show was done, I could focus on that stuff, and now it's just like, it's crazy. It's only like 70 days left. I think it's a little more than that. I feel personally victimized by Zola's countdown calendar. Every time I open the app, it tells me how many days. It's 79. The whole year flies by, and then the last week's drag for real. It's almost like the kids are so young that some of them don't even really understand. Like, kindergarten doesn't even really understand summer vacation, but yet they still seem done. It's like an innate, I don't know. The behavior is just crazy. You have pizza tonight. Nice. I'm jealous. You haven't missed much, Sarah. What I pulled up here is, long story short, we started reading this diary in the very beginning because I didn't have the other two. So we have 2 months of this diary that are already documented. And I went back and forth debating, should I just delete it all and retype it so we're experiencing it for the first time? I don't know. You guys can tell me if you want me to do that. Or we could just recap, read through what I have. It's actually kind of cool because when we first typed all this, we had no idea about anything. And now we know who she is. We know who a lot of these neighbors are. So maybe we can do we'll recap it, we'll read through, and we'll do some research if we find people. Yeah, I know, it is silly. But it feels weird to me just to read and not do anything. But yeah, we'll read through January and February, and then we'll probably have time to type some of March. But so you didn't miss this. We finished up the 1900 diary. It was 2 weeks ago, because last week I didn't come on. Ooh, Ian's getting me a burger. Yay. Not a Five Guys burger. Okay. All right, so I guess we'll just start this. I'll put up the pictures while we're reading, I guess. Why not? So that's the outside of the diary. I took these pictures a long time ago. They all look pretty much the same. She gets the same diary every year. She's a woman of habit. Could anyone tell I'm eating pizza? Yeah, I can smell it from here. I know you thought Five Guys. That's why I said it. Nope. He's at some work thing and there's a food truck. So I'm getting a burger. Myrtie Wheeler, that's her signature. Pretty cool to see that. This is her beginning of the diary. And I'll just keep it up, I guess, while we read. And then maybe we'll find something that doesn't match. I don't know. We were definitely, is it Sherburne? Isn't it Shelburne? No. I think I'm thinking of Massachusetts. Maybe we'll find something that is misspelled or something we weren't sure of, and now we know. Where did I get these diaries? This one, usually the answer to this when I'm doing a diary project is easy. This one's kind of long-winded. This particular 1905 diary that we're about to start reading again, that one I got on eBay. Originally, I only had the 1905. We started reading it. We read January and February, and then I found on Ancestry someone else had other diaries of hers, and they were researching them too. So I reached out to her, and she actually donated the other 2 diaries to me for this project. So the 1899 and the 1900 that we just finished reading were donated, and the 1905 one I bought on eBay. So they all came together in a strange way. Usually that doesn't happen. Okay. Okay. January 1st, 1905. So we are now a few years after the last diary, which is interesting. Maybe we should kind of go through what's happened since then, because we haven't, when we first read this, it was just 1 year in her life that we randomly had. Now we have some context. I was looking through some of the people who I saw she mentioned. Sadly, her stepmother, we don't have a picture of her, but her stepmother, who was a main character in the last couple of diaries, has passed away a couple of years before, in 1903. So that's sad and an interesting perspective now that we have seen, hold on, Ian's texting me. Now that we've seen her life with her stepmother and now without, I wonder if she'll be mentioned. How was my dance lesson? It was actually really good. What was it last time? It was a private lesson when we had the live stream last week, or I didn't have it because it was a private lesson. And that one was kind of difficult. We were doing some things that I couldn't get the hang of. But then we had another lesson on Monday that was a group lesson, and we broke through something and we did really good. So it's going well. We haven't done much for our first dance yet, but we're actually just learning how to dance, which is fun. And then I think next time is when I have to wear my heels that I'm going to wear on the wedding day and actually go through kind of the dance that we're going to do. Do we know how she passed? Yes. It's cancer of some sort. I don't know what kind. Sad. What is this project? Do you do this for a museum or a family? I just do it for fun. And then at the end, when I finish a diary project, if I come across family members, I send them to them. And if I don't, I offer to send them to a museum or like a historical society or something that's related. I haven't found a family member yet for this one. We still have one more diary of hers to read. If you're interested in reading the other ones, they're on my website, thingslostandfound.com. You can go, either you can watch the videos of me doing this. Well, normally I'm typing it out as I read, but I also put all of the typed out entries on the website. All right, here we go. Father and I went to Woodbury Center. Presiding Elder J.O. Sherburne. Oh, I thought that was a place. That's why I was like, Shelburne? No, Sherburne was there and preached. Father stopped his work there and turned it over to the presiding elder. We took dinner at WC Peck's. It's funny that I've already read this and I'm stumbling. We came home and stayed all night. It's funny that a few years later she's still using the same phrases. Now that we know more, what's his middle name? I'll just put Benjamin F. Wheeler. I'm not sure what we searched back then, if anything. Would be fun to watch those videos though, wouldn't it? Okay, what is this? January 2nd. Elder Wheeler raised fund for the one in Woodbury Center. Elder Ben F. Wheeler of Calais has closed his pastoral work with the Methodist Church and people of Woodbury Center for the year 1904 on the account of his age, being 73 years old, the cold winter, and living about 10 miles away. He, with money obtained by subscription of the people, bought and helped place in the belfry with the help of the people as they gathered to vote for President of the United States in 1904. Wait, what? I missed a bell or something. He bought a bell? Oh, the run-on sentences in old newspapers gets me every time. It's just one long sentence. The first church bell ever rung in Woodbury Center. Cool. She writes about this In a day or two I saw. Okay, cool. I was just searching his name, and we'll save that. Let it ring on. Very cute. Okay, we'll save that. I wanted to see. I guess that's. Well, that's all of 1905. So maybe we also look at B.F. Wheeler. Or just Wheeler. I don't know. We'll look up more later, but it sounds related. Okay, we have not looked up J.O. Sherburne, I don't think. This is what we started. I just put that in there, but I just put like the entries in there, but I didn't put any pictures or anything. Should we look him up? Elder J.O. Sherburne. Would that'd be Woodbury, Vermont. I don't know why I just Google searched that. I don't think that was gonna get me anywhere. Let's go to find a grave. Sherburne. Sorry, this is important. It's about burgers. It's important work. Hello, May. Side of fries, very important. J.A. Eggleston Sherburne. No. J.O. Sherburne. Sometimes it says elder. Is that enough information? Is it a J? Yeah, here. Reverend J.O. Sherburne of Bradford. I think I have to find more info. First, hi from the UK. It's 11 p.m. here, just getting ready for bed. Well, a lot of people do say they like listening to me to fall asleep. It is only 6 p.m. here. Stay up with us. Father went to Montpelier. He did some trading. I am at home, washed some. I am sick. He subscribed for the Angus 6 months. We stayed at home all night. Or the Argus. The Argus. I am sick. Did not sit up near all day. Have got a cold. Father helped about the housework. We stayed at home all night. Oh, you know what's sad? She used to say we all stayed at home all night, but now she says we stayed at home all night because her stepmom's not there. I am not very well. Father helped me about the house, or the work in the house. The work in the house. He spent the eve at J.B. Van Ornum's. Father and I stayed at home all night. Father's teeth and face are aching. I am a little better. He helped me some about the work. We stayed at home all night. Mrs. Philo Brown and baby Fred called here. It is some windy. Father and I are not very well. We stayed at home all night. We have a picture of Philo Brown. I was looking. And that's his wife. I wonder about the son. Frank. Baby Frank. He's not in unless it's Fred. Did it say baby Frank or Fred? Fred. Why did I say Frank? Silly. Okay. Baby Fred. This is Fred. He lived to the ripe age of 82. I don't see a picture of him. When did he... I feel like we could find one. 1986. So Fred Brown. We'll look in... Could it possibly be in the newspaper? On newspapers.com. Fred Brown. 1986. Sure. Okay, here he is with no picture. Was a former and retired truck driver for a bakery. Okay. Oh, maybe if he got married or something, we could find a wedding picture. Hey, Kat. Not much yet. We are recapping the first couple months of this 1905 diary because we've read it already. Just the first 2 months. And here is... right now we're looking for Philo Brown's son, Fred Brown. He was married November 27th, 1930. Okay. If that's any connection to my diary, they're Browns. Yes, that could be. Yeah, so we're in 1905 because we just finished 1900 and we don't have anything between there. So it's a jump. I could check Ancestry. Oh, okay, I will check that. Thank you, Virginia. She thinks Reverend J.O. Sherburne is Joel Osmond Sherburne, without an E, Bradford, Vermont. Search? Hold on, maybe it is an E. Or maybe I hit Joel Osmond Sherburne. Why am I not getting it? Did I spell something wrong? Yeah, with an A. Sorry. I'm feeling tired today. There we are. Okay. Died in 1906. So let's see if his... We'll abandon Fred for now. See if his obituary matches. May 1906. Mrs. J.O. Sherburne also died in 1906. Oh no. That's the wife she's moving because her husband died here. Okay. Oh, his condition. He is critically ill. He has been a little more comfortable. Okay, here. The Reverend J.O. Sherburne, who at the session of the Vermont Methodist Conference held at Enosburg Falls in 1905 was appointed... Bless me. Hopefully that's just allergies. He was born on a farm in Plainfield, November 21st, 1845. That sounds like him. Sounds like a match to me. Thank you. Yes, this is, no, his dad listed there, same name. Oh, yeah, I actually didn't, check that, which you can tell I'm tired today. I'm not really thinking straight. Hopefully I'm not sick. Yeah, where does it say the parents? When he was born, right? No? Or at the end? Where the heck does it say it? He was born, he was educated, he graduated in Ancestry. Oh, thank you. Oh, I don't think I looked. Joel Osmond. Where is he? Sherburne here. Sherburne. Born 1845. No, his parents weren't Philo and Myrtie. This is, or Fred's were. Fred's were. Okay, that's his, find a grave. All right, what am I trying to do right now? I'm trying to see just if I think it's the same guy on Find a Grave. Sometimes this has pictures, passport applications. Who though? Is it him? No. George Wiley, it's his son or something. Too bad. Thank you, I'll grab that in a second. Charles, not him. Okay, let me grab that on Discord. Okay, this is Fred. That makes sense. Baby Fred. Wish we had a picture of him though. Is there any pictures? No. But Joel Sherburne. Just trying to find. There's no picture anyway. I'm assuming this is him. J.O. Sherburne. Okay. J.B. Van Ornums we could look up. All right, let's see. The next one. I don't like just reading them. I don't connect as much with it. And I'm confused. Okay. Father and I put up a larger stovepipe to see if the creosote will not run less. Did I say that right? I don't. We did our chores and stayed at home all night. January 8th, Father and I are not very well. I have got a cold. His teeth and face ache. We stayed at home all night. January 9th. Hello again, Miss Cat. It is a pleasant day. Father and I rode down to Worcester Corner and got the mail and some kerosene. We stayed at home all night. On the 10th, Father and I are not very well. His face is aching and I have a cold. We stayed at home all night. January 11th, Father went to Barry, carried the inscription for the east side of the monument to A.S. Jones. Oh, yeah. I think we thought that maybe this was about her stepmother's grave. Unfortunately, her stepmom passed away. He went to see Warner Wheeler, who broke his leg sliding last eve. I stayed at home. Father and I stayed at home all night. Okay, we got to look up two things. We have to figure out, is A.S. Jones... I don't think it likes periods. A.S. Jones. who A.S. Jones is. I was thinking maybe he's the guy carving the stone, but maybe not. "100 manufacturers." Or is that sometimes those titles don't go with this. Is there a site where we can see everything you write? Yes, thingslostandfound.com. I don't know. Okay. Well, let's look up Warner Wheeler and see. Breaking his leg. I'm not really looking up anything in particular. I'm just searching things that are coming up. Oh God, here it is. Did we look that up when we first read it? I don't know. We're just looking up things that she mentioned in the diary, because normally we read through day by day and I type it out as we're reading. But we already read through 2 months of this earlier. So I'm recapping that, and then we're going to start doing our normal routine of typing it out while we're reading it too. It's throwing me off a little bit because I'm used to the routine of typing, searching, but it's okay. All right, a traverse sled carrying 8 boys crashed into a telephone pole on Tremont Street in Barrie, January 10th. And Warner Wheeler, 17, who was steering, had his thigh broken and both bones on the same leg below the knee crushed for 6 inches. Oh, I was absent when the new diary started, so thanks for the recap. You're welcome. I need the recap too, because I don't remember any of this. Okay, we get to save this little horrible picture of what Warner Wheeler went through. That's terrible. And then we save whatever it came from here. No. Right. Don't want to delete that. Where is it? Here. I like to link everything. I got too many tabs already and we just started. Okay, Warner Wheeler. Let's look him up. Someone do the math. If he was 17 in 1905, what year was he born? We'll see if you're right. I'm not doing it. Odd that there's 2 of them. And it's not the right Warner Wheeler. Wait, what? There's 2 of them? 2 what? Freds? I'm confused. Oh, a Warner Wheeler. Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Okay. So I'll put 1887 exact plus or minus 1 year. Wait, did I put that as death? I did. Ugh, I'm really not doing okay right now. 1887. Okay, I don't see him. Just gonna scroll down to W. William Walter. Okay, there's no Warner right easily available. Possible that he had a different name and they called him Warner though. Hold on, there's more articles that I somehow missed. Young lad doing well. Okay, let's review. Leg badly crushed. Warner Wheeler severely hurt while coasting in Barrie. while coasting down Tremont Street about 9 o'clock last evening. The 8 boys narrowly escaped serious injury by crashing into a telephone pole. Warner Wheeler, age 17 years, who was steering, was the worst injured, having his right thigh broken and both bones below the knee on the same leg crushed. Oh, God. He was taken home in an ambulance. What does an ambulance look like in 1905? A Flanders boy had his spine slightly injured, just slightly. But the rest of the boys escaped with only slight bruises and torn clothes. Probably lamed for life. Oh my God. Probably will be lamed for life. Yikes. Young lad doing well. Expected that Warner Wheeler will not suffer permanent impairment. Warner Wheeler, the young lad who was injured in a coasting accident a week ago, having one leg broken in 2 places, considerably improved, and the attending physician expects that there will be no permanent impairment, although much time will be needed for recovery. 8 boys hurled into telephone pole, one of them badly hurt. This one's more dramatic. Oh, here we go. Speeding down the hill on East Street with great rapidity and loaded down with 8 boys, I thought it was Tremont Street, whose ages range from 13 to 17 years. They're really painting a picture here. A heavy traverse sled became uncontrollable on the icy surface of the road and crashed into a telephone pole near the residence of ex-mayor, wonder what happened, Harvey Hersey, at 9 o'clock last evening. Of the 8 boys on the sled, only one was seriously injured, Warner Wheeler, who was steering the traverse. His right thigh bones were broken. His right thigh bone was broken, and the same leg was broken below the knee, both the bones being crushed for 6 inches. The other boys escaped with only cuts and bruises, while their clothes were badly torn. The traverse was smashed into pieces, and the escape from fatal accident and serious injury from the other 7 boys is most remarkable. Besides the Wheeler boy, those on the double runner were Martin and James Riley, Roy Bugby, Albert McQueen, Frank Ahern, Harry Fisher, and a Flanders boy. Is that a town or a family? And a Flanders boy. The boys were members of a happy party of boys and girls who were taking advantage of the icy condition of the streets for the sport of sliding. East Street Hill is one of those designated by the city council and set apart for the use of children of the 2nd Ward for sliding purposes. The grade is very steep, and the recent thaw had put the road into excellent shape for sport. At the place where the accident occurred, the road was glare ice. What's glare ice? Which, with the fact, glare of the sun, the fact that there is a slight slope on the road at the junction of Tremont Street, made the descent rather dangerous. The double runner, which young Wheeler was steering, got onto this slope and could not be prevented from going directly into the telephone pole at the side of the road. The boys were thrown some distance by the force of the impact. All were able to rise with the exception of the Wheeler boy, and it was seen that he had sustained serious injury. Hooker's ambulance was called, and he was taken to his home in Edgewood. An ambulance took him to his house, not to the hospital. Doctors M.L. Chandler and V.C. Goodrich were called to attend to him. The brakes were set, and everything possible was done to relieve his suffering. It will be some time before he'll be able to be about. He is 17 years old, the son of E.O. Wheeler. I know, that's Enoch Alonzo. At least he got the Hooker's ambulance. Besides attending school, he delivers newspapers. Not anymore. Some of the other boys in the accident were bruised, so that they were unable to attend school today. That's sad for him, but cool to read this article. I like being able to find things like this that match what we're reading. Okay, so we'll keep that. Put this in. And I'll just check the comments because I was not reading the comments to see if anyone found anything else about him. Okay. Big town news, yeah. He probably appreciated the extra attention. Yeah. He was just faking it for attention. The one I found was Delbert Warner. Okay, must be a different. Found Warner Benjamin Wheeler on Find a Grave, 1889. Okay, Warner. There's a picture of a hooker's ambulance. Okay, I shall look that up. I love that. Warner Benjamin Wheeler. Yep, Enoch Alonzo Wheeler. That's him. That's funny. Wonder if his obituary says, after he... Oh, thank you. This is oddly compelling. After he had his accident, I wonder if it changed his trajectory of his life. Let's see. 1955. Finance expert. Reported to have known more about the technical nature of state finance than anyone else in Vermont. Was buried today. Regarded by his colleagues as an auditor's auditor. Flora Laura, that's true. I didn't catch that. I saw Flora, but I didn't think Flora Laura. Wheeler had been a state employee since 1928. And check that out. Hooker's funeral home. He was brought in a hooker's ambulance and he died in a hooker's funeral home. Well, I guess he didn't die there, but hooker's ambulance, 1905. Oh my God, wow. Horse-drawn ambulance. Would that be it? Or, yeah, they weren't driving them around right in 1905. Electric ambulances are way older than you think. Or than you probably guess. Let's see. Wow, an electric ambulance in the March 1900 issue of Scientific American in New York City. That's crazy. How did they even get the ambulance? Wouldn't it just be faster to take him to... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He didn't go to the doctor, though. He went home. The ambulance picked him up and took him home. Which is unheard of. Oh. All right. January 12th. An ambulance and a hearse for the same vehicle. Yikes. Two birds, one stone. It is a rainy day. Father is not very well. His teeth are aching. I did the work in the house. We stayed home all night. January 13th. Friday the 13th. I ironed. Father and I rode over to the Robinson burying ground. He put up a shingle on our lot so A.S. Jones will know where to set the monument. We stayed at home all night. Yeah, I think last time when we were just starting to read this, we were trying to figure out what monument are they talking about, and I think it's this. Because they're at the Robinson burying ground, right? Yeah, Robinson Cemetery. And her stepmom had passed away in 1903. So it seems a little late. When did she... Oh, that's her biological mother. Maybe they had stones there and then they upgraded to one of these larger ones at that time. Yeah. Saving up money, or they had one for her mother there probably, and then they decided to do a larger one because her biological mom's in here too. And so is Myrtie. They're all in there. That must be it, right? Isn't that kind of cool that she's talking about it, though? commissioning the monument that we're looking at. This is absolutely why everyone should keep a diary, even if it's only 3 sentences a day. Yes, it's very cool. On a preacher and a teacher's salary. Yeah, and apparently, according to his obituary, he never accepted a salary for his preaching, so I don't know. Okay. Father and I at home. He helped me mop upstairs where we had got soot on the floor. He is not very well. I did the work in the house. We stayed at home all night. Father is not very well. He called at Philo Brown's and borrowed the Watchman and returned it. We stayed at home all night. What could that be? What do we think that is? Must be a tool of some kind, right? Or maybe it's a book. Watchman magazine. A prominent Seventh-day Adventist periodical. Okay. Watched it through. She said watched it through. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Father is not very well. He called at Philo Brown's and borrowed the Watchman and returned it. We stayed at home all night. No, you're not dumb. Don't worry. You're not dumb. I mumble. Okay. I'm mumbling more, I think, because I'm just rushing to read through this because I'm bored. I want to be typing. Father's teeth are aching and his face is swollen quite bad. I am not very well. We did our chores indoors and out. We stayed at home all night. For those of you who don't know Myrtie yet, actually, I can show you. Well, she keeps talking about Philo Brown. That's Philo Brown and his wife. This is her dad, whose teeth are hurting. I am eating for the first time today and low-key delirious. Honestly, Jake, I'm feeling a little delirious myself. I ate today, but I am exhausted. So that's her and her dad. Just to give you guys a face to the name. Why are we reading through tonight? We are reading because we already did these. Oh, the Watchman was the Montpelier newspaper. That makes a little more sense. That makes more sense. We already read January and February of 1905 when we first started this series. So instead of just starting over, we're just going to breeze through that. And then we're going to start typing out from March on. But it's taking longer than I thought to read. Father cut out a new dial for our old clock. I painted it white. We went to Worcester and got the mail. We stayed at home all night. Then I put another coat of paint on the dial I painted yesterday. I cut out some paper figures. Father about home. We stayed at home all night. I made 2 pies. Catherine and Coraline Wheelock, hey, we know them, came and told us that A.S. Jones will set our family monument tomorrow. Yeah, see, this is funny. It's all coming back. We did figure this out. That is the monument at the graveyard. We have now, though, after reading a couple more years of her life and doing some digging, we know who Catherine and Coraline Wheelock are. Right here. This is them as young kids, but that's the twins down the street. They live down the street. Stupid question, what is thur and well, I always say W-E-A because it's weather. And thermometer is the temperature. So on the diary, people would put up here what was the temperature and what was the weather. A lot of times these diaries were used as farm diaries. It's not a stupid question, by the way. It is weird. But that's what it was for. She just doesn't use that space for that. We have read other diaries, though, that people have used that to put, to keep track of the weather and the temperature. Father and I about home. We did not go to church. We stayed at home all night. We stayed at home. Oh, I think that actually goes. No, it doesn't. Oh, this goes probably at the end of this one. Okay. Father and I went to M.S. Hathaway's. Now we know who he is, too. We don't have a picture of him, but he was the person in town in charge of the schools. I know, a blank day. That's right. Someone had asked me last time, does she ever leave blank days? And she did. He was the one who did the school assignments whenever she's a school teacher. So whenever she would be starting a new semester, she'd have to go and figure out her assignment. I love your nails in the picture of this week. Thanks. These are from however long ago when I took these pictures. A long time ago. My nails look horrible right now. So, thanks. I'll pretend they look like this. I'm trying to grow them. I do my own gels. So that was like me doing my own. But it makes my nails like brittle. And I have a wedding shower, a bachelorette party, and a wedding coming up. So I want my nails to be strong and long. So I stopped doing gels. And they look terrible. You know, they just get thinner when I take the gel off myself. So I chew my nails. They're like constantly terrible. Oh, God. No, you know what, too? I do. I've been trying. I stopped and now I'm doing it again. I don't chew, but I pick at my nails. Like, not my nails, the edge of it. Hello, little Becky. I don't know. It's like a nervous thing. And I used to just constantly, my fingers looked terrible. But then actually doing my nails fixed that problem. Like when my nails looked nice, I didn't pick at them. And now it hasn't even been that long since I stopped doing them, but mine look so bad because it's planting season. Yeah, that too. And I'm an art teacher, so a lot of times they just look like trash, like full of paint. The gel doesn't seem to, it's not. The gel doesn't seem to hold like watercolor paint, or the kids, they use tempera paint a lot. It doesn't seem to make them look as nasty as when I just have regular nail polish on. I don't know why, but it gets stained from the watercolor. You can see the edges. It's just like, it's gross. But, I don't know. Anyways, tangent. Thank you for the compliment. Also, I'm about to start planting things too. Father and I went to Barrie. He paid the Albert S. Jones, Albert S. Jones, for the monument he made for him in full, $204 in my presence, and took a receipt. We took dinner at Frank Cove's. See memorandum from the back. Oh, okay. See memorandum probably for the rest of the entry. And we had checked it. It says we came home from Barrie and stayed at home all night. Okay. January 25th. Father and I about home. It is a blustering day. He repaired a tug. I did work in the house and mended his fringed mitten. We stayed at home all night. Yeah, someone look it up. How much was $204 back then? Father and I at home. Oh, I already read that one. Okay. Father repaired his harness some. I finished mending his fringed mittens. Oh my God, I hope that Parnell's still with us. Lizzie Fowler came here. I helped her in arithmetic. Father and I stayed home all night. I washed flannels and mopped the kitchen. Father went to Maple Corner and got some feed, paid for it. He came home. We stayed at home all night. Father and I at home. I fixed over my blue dress waist and did work in the house. We stayed at home all night. Father and I about home. Herbert and Nellie Wheelock spent the eve here. Father and I stayed at home all night. They're probably in this picture too. Herbert, yep, and Herbert is there. I wonder if Nellie is a sister. Oh, here's a Nellie. Could be them too. Or it could be maybe Herbert also married someone named Nellie. Please tell me about what stayed at home all night is about. Wouldn't everyone stay at home? Yeah, I don't know. She says it every day. So she wants to let us know she stayed at home all night. But yeah, she stays at home every night. It is interesting that she mentions it, but I would think if it's something that they do every night that they wouldn't mention it, but okay. Father and I went to Morrisville, took dinner at Boynton's, went to Katie's Falls, stayed all night at Lewis Smith's. Okay. Father and I went to Centerville. He gave Mrs. Delos Peak the release of mortgage that she sent to him and wanted him to sign. He did not sign it. Ooh. What? Why not? We took dinner at Lorenzo Calkins. Came back to Hyde Park Street. Father drew $400 from Hyde Park SB by check. We called on Judge White. Put the horse in the livery stable. Went to Morrisville, stayed all night at Boyens. I wonder what this has to do with, if this has to do with the account of Hattie's mother, maybe? Oh no, not Wheelock. Hattie Wheeler. Well, that's not that Hattie Wheeler. Oh, okay. Different Hattie Wheeler. Okay. Harriet is her actual name. Another one. Okay, well that's not her. So, Wheeler. Wheeler Estate. Curtis. No. Curtis. Campbell? Wouldn't it be Campbell if it was the mother? When did she die? Let me just check something. Do I have her on Find a Grave? Hattie Wheeler. How was she not on there? Hold on. She's not on that memorial? That's weird. Have you ever experienced a plot twist? Have we experienced a plot twist? Well, not like crazy, like mind-blowing in the moment plot twist, but like some things that didn't make sense that were like, oh my god, yeah, that's crazy. Like, there was one diary we read that the guy just stopped writing for a while, like it was empty for months, and then it picks back up and it's not his handwriting, and we're like, what? We found out he had a stroke, and his wife started writing for him later. So that was interesting. So she wrote for him, and then he ended up dying, and she continued writing, which it was sad. Yeah, I was looking up Hattie. I forget why now. The stepmother. Oh, release of mortgage. I'm trying to figure out what this is that he didn't want to sign. I was wondering if it was something left over from her death or something. Like, because, oh, you know why? Okay, I didn't say this out loud. Hyde Park is where Hattie's mother lived at some point. I think that her mother ended up moving to Calais, but they lived in Hyde Park at one point. So there must be some kind of tie there. I don't know. Okay. Father deposited $525 in the Union Savings Bank, Morrisville. I deposited $60 of the note he paid me in full, which amounted to $66. We took dinner at Burt Ward's in Elmore, stayed at home all night. Father and I about home. I did the work in the house. He did the chores. Stayed at home all night. Father and I about home. Oh, okay. I gotta switch to February. Yeah, like, why would they have a mortgage in Hyde Park, though? And why didn't he sign it? I'm curious, you know? If he has a lawyer, he would get called out. If he is a lawyer, he would get called. No, he's not a lawyer. He's a reverend. Father and I about home. It is a cold day. Hold on. Right here. I made a new cushion for the big rocking chair. We stayed at home all night. Father went to Worcester Corner in the afternoon. I covered the back of the big rocking chair. Uncle E.O. Wheeler, Enoch Alonzo, father of Warner Wheeler, who has a broken leg, came in the evening and stayed all night. We stayed at home all night. Father and I about home. Uncle E.O. Wheeler went away from here. Father called at Philo Brown's. We stayed at home all night. I wonder if it was property from her mother and she had siblings or something. Yes, I wonder if it was something like that. She had siblings. I was going to look at... Let's go to the tree. I was going to look at Lucretia. Hattie Campbell. How do I see her tree? Isn't there a way to do it? Oh, this is her tree. Am I really, like, okay right now? I don't know. So her mother died in 1901. Lucretia is still alive. So it's just to her sisters left. Her brothers are all passed away. So I don't know. Lucretia is buried in Hyde Park. Yes. But she doesn't die till 1928. So it's not like the whole family's gone and he's left with something. I don't know. Maybe though the mortgage was in her name or something. Okay. What was I left off on? Okay, I washed white clothes and did other work in the house. Father went to Worcester Corner afoot to the P.O. post office. He came home. We stayed at home all night. I washed flannels and rinsed white clothes again. Okay. Father helped me wring them, also helped me mop. We stayed at home all night. I made 2 pies next day. I made 2 pies and boiled victuals. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like vitriol, which is gross. It is a very pleasant day. Father about home. We stayed at home all night. Father visited at Ed Wheeler's. We have a picture of Ed. Here's Ed. Husband of the next diary writer that we're going to read. I am at home, do not feel very well. He came home and we stayed at home all night. February 10th, Father and I about home. I am not feeling well, very well. We stayed at home all night. February 11th, Father went to the P.O. at Worcester and got the mail. I did the work in the house. He did his chores. We stayed at home all night. February 12th, Father and I about home. Did not go to church. We stayed at home all night. Father and I about home. I started wheat bread and did other housework. He did his chores. So funny, her dad. He did his chores. We stayed at home all night. I baked wheat bread. George Hill called here. Also Lizzie Fowler. Father did his chores. He has a chore chart. We stayed at home all night. February 15th. I ironed. Father and I visited at Charles Hill's. He went to J.B. Van Ornum's and heard Romeo Van Ornum play on his violin in the evening. We came home in the evening and stayed all night. I swept Father's room. We went to Sylvester Fuller's in the afternoon, took tea there, came home in the evening. It is very moonlight. Is that correct? 16th. It is very moonlight. We stayed at home all night. Father and I at home, we worked repairing the buffalo. I did the work in the house. We stayed at home all night. February 18th. Father and I at home, we worked repairing the buffalo, finished it. I did the work in the house. I want to know what the buffalo is. I've never heard the word vittles. What is it? I don't know. Yeah, she's not teaching right now. She might be on a break. I found that my great-great-grandmother's name is Myrtie, and I think of Myrtie when I research her. That's cute. I just realized that I don't have the hi Havisa on YouTube. Sorry. I neglect the YouTube chat. It is cold and windy, but the sun shines. Father and I at home. We stayed at home all night. Father called at Philo Brown's and Omar Wheelock's. We got a picture of Omar too. So here's Philo. And Omar's in the middle of this picture. With his big giant family. Food. Oh, okay, cool. That's a nice word. I thought it was like something gross. She's talked about processing a pig a few times with some gross words. Innards. February 21st. Did I already do that one? Yes. Okay. Father and I went to North Calais. Took dinner at Johnny Hawkins. Came home just at night. Okay. Father left his best harness to be repaired and oiled at W.F. Ainsworth's. We stayed at home all night. Father and I went to Frank Fuller's, took tea there, came home in the evening. Mr. and Mrs. Fuller and Mabel were at home. Mary was away. We came home and stayed at home all night. February 23rd. Father and I went to Orrit Thurston's. New names. And saw Mrs. Lydia Daly, Carlton Daly's widow. Oh, my neck is killing me. Okay, there's an E there, I think. We took dinner there. Father went to number 10 and got his harness. We stayed at home all night. Father and I about home. I did the work in the house. We stayed at home all night. Father mended the stove. We took dinner at Philo Brown's, went to L.W. Porter's, took tea there. Father called at Chauncey Hunt's. We came home in the evening, stayed home all night. Father and I at home. It is a pleasant day. We stayed at home all night. Hold on, it thinks I'm inactive. Father called at Omar Wheelock's. I swept Father's room and mine and did other work in the house. Lizzie Fowler called here. Father and I stayed at home all night. Father called at Omar Wheelock's and saw Otis Wheeler and wife just at night. I did the work in the house. We stayed at home all night. Okay. Now we can get back into it. So I took pictures. You'll see how bad my nails look today. I took pictures of March. We'll start. This is just March 1st. Oh, it zoomed in too far. Okay. It is a very pleasant day. Father and I went to Ed L. Wheeler's just at night. Thank you. That's a nice compliment. I get Kristen Stewart a lot. Ed L. Wheeler's just at night. Took tea. There. Came home late in evening. Stayed at home all night. March 2nd. Mrs. Alonzo Wheeler and Mr. and Mrs. L.W. Porter took dinner here. She's giving us so many more names, and I have no energy to look them up. Alonzo Wheeler and wife. Took tea. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm typing, but that's okay. Here and spent the eve. Father and I stayed at home all night. March 3rd. Father and I went to South Woodbury. Took a late dinner at Mrs. Harriet Bailey's. Father fixed 2 door latches for her and called at Otis Wheeler's. We came home and stayed at home all night. March 4th. It is a cold, windy day. Father and I went to Maple Corner. He got some bean? Is that the plural? Bran? Could it be bran, do you think? Bran. He got some bran. All I think of is bran muffins. We came home. What's bran? Some kind of grain. In my head, it's synonymous with boring. Yeah, bran flakes, exactly. But I don't actually know what it is. I thought my Saturday nights were uneventful. Yeah, right, I know. We did the chores, fixed a door latch. Father, or got bran, went to the town to get bran. Father and I about home. We stayed home all night. Yeah, like, what are they doing all night? Writing in her diary, but, like, then what? Reading? Father went to Worcester and got the mail. We came home and watched paint dry. I cooked. I don't know if they haven't been to church in weeks, though, because she mentioned that one time that they didn't go to church, but she hardly ever mentions going to church. So it makes me think that when she said they didn't go to church, that that's a normal thing that they do. And he's a reverend, so he must go to preach, if not going as, like, just to sit at the service. I don't get it. Because she tells us they stayed at home all night every single day, but she never says, like, we went to church, like a regular thing. It's strange. Bran is an outer layer of a cereal grain. It's good for you, right? Or, like, why? Yeah, I don't know. But what's a cereal grain? I guess I'm not educated in cereal. Nutrient rich, yeah, fiber. It's fiber. Fibrous outer layer of cereal grains, like wheat, oats, and rice, separated during milling. It is popular dietary supplement for high fiber. I feel like I remember that. Like, bran muffins have a lot of fiber in it. Yes, you got it, Mezcad. You're on to it. Yep. Bran. Looks like sawdust. Sawdust cereal. He's getting his fiber. That's good. Oh, she's a teacher, so she's going to spell it right. I've never heard that word. Maybe they're making bran muffins. I probably, actually, when we first wrote out those entries, I probably had the same exact process of, like, I've never heard that word, and you guys told me about it, and I went, oh, cool, and promptly forgot. Hold on, I'm checking if Ian's on his way. I'm starving. No, he's still sitting there. Okay, Father went to Worcester and got the mail. I cooked, boil. Oh, she did it again. Okay, victuals, and did the work in the shed. We stayed home all night. March 7th. Father, I know, it's going to be a cold burger, but that's okay. Father and I went to Alonzo Wheeler's. If he's not back by the time I end on here, I'm having a snack. He left the team and me there and went to town meeting. They have a team now, a team of horses. I haven't heard her mention Parnell once. I ate dinner there, and he ate supper. I know, me too. We stayed at home all night. No, I hope not. I hope Parnell's not dead. I don't know what the work in the shed is. Something secret. March 8th. If she mentions Parnell, it's going to be a big celebration. Irvin Brown and wife visited here. They ate breakfast with father and I. Father and I went to Wheelock's late in the PM. Took supper there and stayed in the eve. They're also going to Omar Wheelock's a lot more. They stayed at home. Oh, wait a minute. When did he die? Omar Wheelock had a terrible death. I feel like it was later. Yeah, it was in 1914, but the poor guy. It was not a good one. At a cereal mill. Wait, what? Okay, I thought you meant his death. Oh, been 3 years since we buried Parnell. No! Okay. There was a fire in Iowa's mill the day before this. A cereal mill. Oh, no. Singed bran. A new delicacy. Isn't that an Arab name? What? Omar? I don't know. How did he... Okay, so he was cutting down a tree with his sons. And a tree fell on him. It was horrible. We found that out just accidentally when we were just searching, like, his life, trying to find a picture of him and stuff. Yeah, it was bad. And the whole article was just, like, really detailed about how the sons had to run and go and find someone, and it was pretty horrific. Okay, so I can't really read this. This must be... Okay, this says Father and I stayed at home all night. It goes up the side. So this little piece goes with the entry above. So Mr. something and wife stayed here. Hold on. Who is this woman? Oh, yeah, are you talking about me or are you talking about Myrtie? Do you think medieval search should have more content on the internet? I don't know what that means. Angel. I thought I saw that too, but I feel like that's a G. Oh no, you're right. This is from the H. Okay, yes, I think you're right. Mr. Angel. And wife stayed here all night. Yeah, are you talking about me or are you talking about Myrtie? If you're talking about me, I'm Addie. I don't say my name very much. That sounds weird. If you're talking about Myrtie, she's up in the corner, her picture. This is her diary from 1905. What do you do once it's all typed out? I post it on my website, and then I mostly use the typed out version when we have especially diary series, like series of diaries. I use the typed out version to search back and find people and recognize patterns and stuff. It's just easier to have it typed out and searchable. But I do also send the typed out version to anyone who we come across who might be family, historical societies that have an interest in it. And then hopefully if we find a family member, I send the actual diaries to them too. But it's a cool way. If we have the digital copy, we can send it to more than one family member. How old was she? 38 about in this diary. I just searched it up. His mom is also named Abijah. They're all Hebrew names. Cool. That's cool. I don't really think about the origin of the names very much. That's cool. Okay, Father and I started to go to Freeman Lawson's. Met Frank Angel and wife. We came home. They took dinner. Oh, I think actually that this sentence was probably for this day. They took dinner and supper here. We all spent the eve at Omar Wheelock's. Father and I stayed at home all night. and I'm guessing Mr. Angel and wife stayed here all night was from that day. Okay. Wait, was that March 10th? Did I screw that up? Yes, I did. I skipped March 9th. Okay. So this is March 10th. Right? Okay, hold on. Yes, it will strike right. We didn't read that. March 10th. Let's read March 9th. Father and I went to Henry Towns, took dinner and supper. Just going everywhere to eat, huh? He fixed their tall clock so it will strike right. We came home in the eve, stayed at home all night. Okay. Yeah, I know. They're way more social than they used to be. Must have been, I shouldn't say that. It's not a good thing to joke. I was going to say, must have been his wife holding him back. Not letting them talk to friends or something. You have to be home. But she was never there anyways. She was always with her mother. Frank, Angel, and wife went away from here. Went away from here. In the afternoon. I ironed and did other housework. Honestly, it's probably, after losing the mother, they probably are more like craving socialization from other people. Hold on. Oh, March 9th is your birthday. Hold on. First diary birthday of the day. I do this thing when we have a diary birthday. Happy diary birthday. And hold on, I lost the comments. So, oh, no, don't leave. It almost just ended my live. Vanessa and user 5617607, whatever. Blah, blah. Happy birthday. Birthday twins. Okay. Yes, her stepmother passed away in 1903. Okay, I ironed and did other housework. Father and I stayed. I gotta fix that. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through all of March. Father and I about home. It is a pleasant day. Yeah, I'm really tired. It is a pleasant day. We stayed at home all night. I'll read to the 15th. Then I need connected. Thank you, Mescad. I appreciate that. I always feel like I'm not doing enough. Barry Ann looked at fur coats. They're buying a new one? She just bought one in 1900. Okay, looked at fur coats. Came home and stayed at home all night. Wonder what happened to her other fur coat. We went through that journey with her. Finding and getting her new black fur coat. March 14th. Father put a new spring in and cleaned a clock for Henry Town. Okay, what? And oiled his best harness some more. I did work in the house. We stayed at home all night. So, is her dad all of a sudden a clock expert? I'm confused. Father and I went to. He was cleaning people's organs in another entry, like in another whatever. I don't know if it was 1899 or 1900, one of those diaries. He was cleaning people's organs. He's getting into a new hobby. Sounds like a handyman. Yeah, he fixed the hinges. Yeah, maybe he's. Oh, you know what, too? Didn't we see? I wonder when he passed the. It said he passed the title of elder on to another person. Maybe he's not preaching anymore because it said because of his age. So maybe now he's not doing that, so he's picking up odd jobs. Yeah, he seems to be fixing a lot of clocks, including his own. Yeah, maybe he retired from preaching. She never mentioned him preaching much, so it's hard to tell the shift. But now that we read that article, I feel like that's it. Yes, I know. Whenever I say organs, I think that too. No, like pianos. Yeah. He was 70. I think it said it was 70. He was 73 in the article that we read. I think I might have exited out. I don't know where it is, but there was an article about him. Okay, where did I leave off? Freeman Lawson's took dinner. Ooh, no, not up there. And supper there. Called at George Lawson's. Son, Delbert. His leg is broken. Oh no, another one. Wait. Wasn't the other Warren Wheeler that we found Delbert? Does he... Am I wrong? Am I remembering that wrong? What the heck? And his leg is also broken? I'm so shook. Okay, so this is Lawson. It's not him, but that is... What a coincidence. Okay. All right, his leg is broken. Wonder what happened to him. We could find out. I bet it's in the paper. We spent the eve at Frank and Will Angel's and stayed all night there. Okay. The last thing we'll do is look up Delbert Lawson and figure out how he broke his leg, if possible. I think that we're going to find out. Okay. Well, this is from August of 1905. Suit for malpractice. 2 Woodbury men want to collect damages of physician. George Lawson and his son, Delbert Lawson of Woodbury, have brought suit against Dr. G. Howe of Woodbury and Dr. E.M. Crane of Hardwick, alleging malpractice. It is claimed that November 16th, 1904, Delbert Lawson broke his leg between the knee and the hip. Oh my God, he's had a broken leg for that long. Doctors Crane and Howe reducing the fracture and treating the injured member. As time went on, the bone, it is alleged, had not been properly set and it failed to knit and did not heal. Dr. M.D. Warren of Cabot was called and effected a cure, it being necessary, however, so it claimed to reset the bone. Ow. The result of the treatment is that Mr. Lawson's broken leg is 2 inches shorter than the other. Oh. And he'll be a cripple for the remainder of his life. George Lawson, the father, brings suit for the sum which the treatment cost him, $1,000, and the younger man for about $4,000. That sucks. Okay, but how did he break his leg? It was in 1904. Frank Angel, Gladys Goodall, and Grace McKinney at their home. Delbert Lawson, who broke his leg a month ago or more, is not improving as fast as hoped. Yeah. Poor guy. Okay. Delbert, son of George Lawson, broke his left leg above the knee Monday morning while at work in the woods. Doctors Hall and Crane reduced the fracture. Yeah, they messed him up. All right, I'll save this. That's interesting. I think it logged me out. Hopefully I can still just paste this in here. No! That's so didn't really even... Okay, well, I'll log off. I'll get back in here and paste it, but they're different doctors' names, really? Didn't catch it. Look at the article under it. Okay, hold on. Which one? I don't know which one I was on, actually, when you said that, so... Was it this one? Howe. Yeah, you're right. It was Howe and Crane and Hall and Crane. Maybe they just messed it up. Local horse kicks bucket. Wait, where? Not on this one, right? The second one on the main list. Oh, I don't know. You're kidding. Oh, that would be hilarious. Oh, what if it was Parnell? It was too, so wouldn't be surprised. Actually, should we look up Parnell? They don't really put horses in there. Okay, so next week I think I'm good. I don't think we have a dance lesson on Thursday. Our dance lesson is on Friday. So I will be on Thursday, 6 p.m. Thank you. It's nice to be back. And I think that is it. So far the next week is also good. We don't have our dance class booked. So we're learning all different dances. We're going to a dance class for our wedding, for our first dance. But they teach all different like basic dance steps. So we're doing the rumba, the cha-cha, the waltz. What else did we do? One of the classes, the group class, we did the foxtrot once. We did swing. What else did we do? Oh, we tried the tango. It was fun. It is. It's actually, I knew it was going to be like just fun to do together and like a bonding experience. I wasn't expecting it to be so much. Like it actually is really, I really am enjoying it. Swing sounds pretty ambitious for a first. Oh yeah, we're not doing that for our wedding dance. But their philosophy of teaching dance is like they teach you how to do a nice entrance to your wedding dance song. They teach you the basic step that you're going to do, like a couple of different things, but they're not choreographing it, which I'm glad. At first I wanted to choreograph it because I was nervous, but then it's also like if you choreograph it and you get off or you mess up, then you're all like stressed out trying to get back to what we're supposed to be doing, and it's more of like, okay, now I got to do this. Like I don't want to have to stress out about that. So they teach you how to just dance. They teach you a little bit in the beginning, choreograph like the first entrance, spin, whatever, and then they choreograph the very end, and then between then you just have a bunch of steps that you know, and more like performance than a skill. Yes. So now they're teaching the skills, which is great, because now I feel like we can dance to things that I don't really know how to dance, so it's nice. Ian's very good with beat because he was a drummer, so he has a good sense of rhythm. I kind of do, but I never know what to do with my feet. So now I know what to do with my feet. So anyways, I'll update you. I don't think by next live I'll have done another one. It's next Friday, so. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Go get some food. I'm going to get some food. I shall. Hold on. Bye, Penny. See you next time. Oh, I wanted to say, I was like, what was I forgetting? I wanted to say that Diary Detectives, I sent in the Discord a vote for our next meeting. In the video meeting plans. Oh, good. People voted. Okay. Yeah, put in votes there, and then I'll pick whichever one has the most. All right. Good night, everybody. See you next time.